Jennifer Lawrence is on top of her game, but some people might be praying for her downfall. Love triangles, crystals, and even poetry have all appeared in Lawrence's various feuds. Here are the top 10 celebrities who still hate Jennifer Lawrence. American Psycho actress Chloe Sevigny is not too fond of Lawrence and made that fact known in an interview with E! News. The conversation that prompted the admission was about how Chloe wasn't like other actresses, as she isn't one to try and take on what other people want her to be. She isn't trying to be the pretty girl or the suggestive girl. In her words, "I'm not arching my back in every photo." She went on to say a couple names she admires, calling Angelina Jolie a great movie star and saying Emma Stone was really cute whenever she's herself. The star had few kind words when it came to Lawrence though, remarking that the Hunger Games star was annoying and too crass, adding on that she can do without her. Real Housewives star Erika Jayne and Hunger Games star Jennifer Lawrence got into a bit of a spat in 2022. Jennifer Lawrence is a big fan of reality TV. This is a fact that she has made known over the years, so that means she gets asked a lot of questions about it on red carpets, her opinions on certain shows, things like that. It's usually questions about the reality shows that gets the star in hot water, and we will cover more examples in this video, but for Real Housewives, this feud with Erika was sparked in 2022 right here in Toronto. Lawrence was in the city attending the Toronto International Film Festival for her film Causeway. While on the red carpet, Lawrence was interviewed by Variety. They asked what she thought about the current season of Real Housewives. Lawrence's answer: she found it kind of boring, and she thought Erika was evil. I would go as far as to say she needs a publicist ASAP. These comments, of course, grabbed Erika's attention. Erika made an appearance on Watch What Happens Live shortly after, where she was asked what she thought of all this, and she responded, "Well, you know, it's easy to label people when they are at their absolute lowest going through something in real time on television. I'm sure that we could unmask the ugly parts of her personality as well." The feud between Miley Cyrus and Jennifer Lawrence started because of a love triangle. Around the time when the Hunger Games movies were being filmed, Miley Cyrus and Liam Hemsworth were very much an on-again, off-again kind of couple, so the timeline working in Jennifer Lawrence can get a little messy. Jennifer and Liam were starring as Katniss and Gale in the Hunger Games trilogy. On screen, the characters share a romantic attraction, and that seemed to start to move off-screen into real life. Some sources close to Miley at the time shared with Hollywood Life that Miley wasn't happy with this, and it was a big reason why she chose to get back together with Liam. It's unclear exactly how Lawrence felt about this whole thing, but she did admit something was going on when she admitted that her and Liam had makeout sessions on set off camera. With both actors being main players in major superhero films, you'd think Jennifer Lawrence and Jared Leto would have something to bond over, but the pair haven't seen eye to eye since a misunderstanding at the 2014 Oscars. The year prior, 2013's Oscars, was the year of the big fall. Lawrence won Best Actress and looked amazing while doing it, but her dress had it out for her, causing her to trip coming up the stairs. This led to one of the most iconic Oscars moments ever, Lawrence's Disney princess fall. Lawrence handled it like a champ. She made the audience laugh with her signature humor, and it seemed people were still laughing even a year later. Jared Leto, his mother, and his brother, that is. As Lawrence was presenting 2014's Best Actress Award, Leto and his family couldn't seem to contain their laughter. This time, Lawrence hadn't really done anything to make them laugh with her, so the only explanation is that they must just be laughing at her. Not something you want to happen when presenting one of the biggest awards at the show, so she was a bit ticked off. However, it turns out Leto and co weren't laughing at Lawrence exactly. The host of the Oscars, Ellen DeGeneres, that year, had made a cheeky comment that caused the trio to crack up. All she mumbled was, "Don't fall." Of course, referencing the 2013 jlaw moment, the misunderstanding did cause a slight rift between the two actors at the time. J-Lo might not be a big fan of jlaw, and it's not just because she stole her nickname. A misunderstanding at the Met Ball one year caused J-Law to think J-Lo hates her. The story of the incident was shared by Lawrence during an appearance on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. Speaking to Fallon, the pair's conversation shifted to the 2013 Met Gala and Met Ball, Lawrence sharing her encounter with the Jenny from the Block singer. Jennifer alleges that J-Lo refused to dance with her. J-Lo did try and clear the air during her own appearance on The Tonight Show shortly after. She explained that she wasn't rejecting Jennifer Lawrence because it was Jennifer Lawrence, but because the dance floor was super crowded and wild at the time. Fallon was actually there and had originally made a plan with Lawrence to ask J-Lo to dance, but bailed. To make it up to J-Lo and J-Law, he asked Lopez to dance on the show, and she accepted. Reality TV personality Spencer Pratt made it crystal clear how he feels about the Hunger Games star and her destructive habits. In the September 2017 issue of Vogue, Lawrence discussed how her house was flooded, and also why she thinks it flooded in the first place. In the magazine interview, Lawrence says that the flooding happened almost right after she had just thrown out a bunch of crystals and crystal balls she'd found in her house. Sounds suspicious. It was what Lawrence said about throwing out the crystals that sparked the feud between her and Pratt. Sharing the story of her move, Lawrence said, "When I first moved in, the house was crystalled out, crystals everywhere and geodes, and I was like, please get rid of these. I don't want people to come over here and think I'm a crystal person. I hate crystals." One thing about Spencer Pratt is that he loves crystals, carries some on him at all times even, so he was convinced that the crystal people Lawrence was talking about was him. He made these claims and more during a Facebook Live series called The Morning Breath. On the show, he said, "She was talking about me in Vogue like 100%. I'm the crazy crystal person she's clowning." He also revealed that he was just diagnosed with a new skin condition, which he also blamed on Lawrence, saying she caused it using voodoo and spells. Pratt said Lawrence was at the top of his beef list and that he was disappointed in Lawrence since she claimed to like the reality TV show he was on, The Hills. I mean, if Jennifer Lawrence watches a lot of that show, maybe she was referring to Pratt when talking about the crystal people, but I don't think we'll ever know. There was one time when Jennifer Lawrence and Kris Jenner got so close, Kim Kardashian started getting jealous. Lawrence has been a fan of reality TV for a very long time, we know that, so it makes sense that she also tuned into Keeping Up with the Kardashians and grew to love the show. One time, when Lawrence had apparently seen Kris Jenner in a lobby, she yelled across it to Kris that she loved the show. Soon, Lawrence actually properly met the family and grew to be a very close friend. Kris even started referring to Jennifer as one of her kids. Most of Kris's actual kids didn't have a problem with this, except Kim K. Around the time when this was happening, a source close to the family claimed that Kim viewed herself as Kris's favorite, but when Jennifer started getting closer to the family, she was getting jealous because Jennifer was getting so close to her mom. Allegedly, she felt like Jennifer was becoming her favorite. It seems that is now all water under the bridge, as Lawrence is just a super close family friend. Lala Kent and Jennifer Lawrence have not been buddies since some serious name calling a few years ago. Jennifer Lawrence made an appearance on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen and said some pretty controversial comments about Vanderpump Rules star Lala Kent. Lawrence called Kent a runt, but with a C, on live TV because she is friends with the people she considers enemies, and to Lawrence that just feels very fake of her. When Lawrence referred to Kent as a runt, she meant it in a joking manner, but it's also understandable that Kent did not take it that way. Taking to her ex social media account, Kent posted and then ended up deleting 3 tweets directed towards the Hunger Games star. Of course, screenshots exist of these tweets and they read as followed. "Did Jennifer Lawrence really just call me a runt on Bravo Watch What Happens Live and talk about my mama? You better pray I don't see you in the streets. You're one of the highest paid actresses on the planet. You claim you are pro-woman and you call another woman a runt? You're gross." Later reflecting on the moment, Kent expressed that more than anything she felt disappointment. Speaking on it, Kent said, "No one wants to be called the C word, especially by an A-list celebrity on national television. I was such a huge fan of hers and it bummed me out," adding on that Lawrence should leave the trash talking to the people that do reality TV. Joan Rivers is known for her show Fashion Police, and that show is exactly the reason why she and Jennifer Lawrence didn't see eye to eye. While on the promo tour for Hunger Games Catching Fire, Lawrence was asked to speak on body positivity. Her response to the question included the show Fashion Police and how they encourage body shaming. Joan Rivers, the host of Fashion Police, did not appreciate Lawrence's comments and shared her thoughts on Twitter. The most iconic of the various tweets was the one referencing Lawrence's famous fall at the Oscars. The tweet reads, "Wait, it just dawned on me why Jennifer Lawrence fell on her way up the stage to get her Oscar. She tripped over her own arrogance." Not condoning anything here, but Joan ate with that tweet. Her other tweets compared Jennifer's attitudes towards the show now to what she would say before. One reading, "It's funny how Jennifer Lawrence loved Fashion Police during award season when we were complimenting her every single week." Another reading, "But now that she has a movie to promote, suddenly we're picking on all those poor helpless actors." Joan Rivers unfortunately passed in 20 2014, but the show carried on until 2017. A historic pop culture moment between Lindsay Lohan and Jennifer Lawrence was spawned due to a 2015 comment. Lawrence appeared on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert in December of 2015 to promote the movie Joy. The pair's conversation shifted to Lawrence's illness while shooting the movie in Boston. The host asking her just how sick she got, Lawrence responded with the controversial comment about Lohan, saying she gets Lindsay Lohan-like exhaustion, only without the substances. A year prior to the interview, Lohan did an honest interview with Oprah discussing her addictions and how she is doing, so the comments from Lawrence were not appreciated at all. Lohan's sister responded to the comments directly using her Twitter account, calling out the Hunger Games star, saying she was disappointed in her. Lindsay responded more indirectly with a quote from a Maya Angelou poem, Still I Rise, and thanking her sister. She finished off her message with, maybe who you're referring to should learn to support others like hashtag Maya Angelou. This isn't the first time shade has been thrown. Lohan did an interview in 2014 where it's thought she implied that Lawrence used intimate means to get to the top. She also told the magazine she's so fake. When Lawrence won the Golden Globe in 2013, beating Meryl Streep, in her acceptance speech, Lawrence referenced the movie First Wives Club, saying, I beat Meryl. However, if you don't know the movie, you might take that statement the wrong way, which is exactly what happened with Lohan. The Mean Girls actress took to Twitter to share her thoughts on the situation, tweeting, no one should ever mess with a legend such as Meryl Streep. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Have a great rest of your day. Bye!